All New Year we're entering. We know our New Year begins in the spring, but we're under this Roman calendar, and it's still good to get another year in. As Baba Musa said, as we were discussing the other day, every time you have a birthday, you enter a new year.
That's right.
Isn't that right?
That's right.
All praises be to the Most High, so we all have our own individual New Year celebration
Yes, we do.
when that time comes around. So we give thanks and praises to the Creator. Brothers and sisters, we got work to do. We enter 2019. We don't want it to be like 2018.
Yes, sir.
What do I mean by that? The message tonight is, it's 2019. Where do we go from here? Every year, black people enter into a so-called new year under this Roman calendar, and we go nowhere.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the individual, because Negroes will hear this message and say, I don't know about y'all, but I'm doing my thing. That's our problem. We're always doing our thing, while everyone else is doing their thing. Everyone else is working together collectively, and we keep working as individuals, thinking we have individual power, but as an individual, you have nothing.
Yes, sir.
Right.
The ancient African proverb says, one stick can be broken. But when you put those sticks together, you can't break those sticks together, right?
Right.
Because it's power. So the message is, what is 2019? Where do we go from here? We're in worse shape than our ancestors who were enslaved. This first picture represents those who were enslaved. You know, if you study history, most of our ancestors were trying to escape the plantation.
Yes, all the time.
There were very few, yes sir master, no sir master. They fought the slave masters, they tried to poison them, and they tried to get off the plantation. During the slave period, they were constantly in their mind knowing we have to get somewhere. The second picture represents black reconstruction. 1860 to 1880. This is after slavery, when black people was trying to find their freedom, this newfound freedom. They didn't know what to do with it, and they was trying to build up democracy. They did it the best way they thought they could. You know, you see a brother there dropping his ballot. Some of us still dropping the ballot, thinking that that's the way to do it. But brothers and sisters, we have to know when some things has run its course. Then we have the next black movement of black people who feel like we were going somewhere. This is called the Harlem Renaissance, or the Black Renaissance, or the New Black Movement. When a lot of black people were going mainly to New York, but up north, and we were finding our way through our culture, our art, our literature, and our scholarship. So we became, brothers and sisters, wealthy in a sense, but again, our wealth was individual wealth. Then another period in year came, if you can raise this up a little bit. Right here, this picture represents the black migration. When we start moving from 1915 through the 1960s, from the south to the north to the west, as far as California, looking for better lives, better jobs, and better surroundings. See how people are always on the move. Then we jump from 1954 to 1968, what we call the Civil Rights Movement. When we were fighting for democracy, freedom, justice, and equality. Then the devil came in with his slick little game, and he turned our equality into integration. Another movement was stopped. So our people said, where do we go from here? Then came the Black Power movement, or the Black Revolution movement, when the brothers and sisters said it's time for self-defense, to be self-sufficient, to do for ourselves and build up our communities. And this period lasted from 1966 to 1975. From 1975 to 2019, we haven't done jack. 41, I believe, years after the Black Power movement, and 51 years after the Civil Rights movement, we've been docile. Because in 1975, they started hitting us with the media. They started integrating programs. They gave us jobs at the post office. Brother, in the movie, what movie was it played on? The barbershop? Yeah. They gave us government jobs, and we thought we had arrived, and we started migrating out of the black community into the urban areas with white folks. So we started treating our other brothers and sisters we left behind as if they were trash. Then in the 1980s, he attacked our music. Yes. They put the images in your mind on a TV program, then they start working on the music. Our music became integrated. Until black music is no longer, hip-hop is not yours. Rap don't even belong to you anymore. Rap belongs to a bunch of white faggots and Negro faggots. Come on, brother. Hooligans and thugs and a bunch of chumps. That's now what we have. And we have not made one stride forward. So it's 2019 and we're asking the question, where do we actually go from here? So let's move ahead, brothers and sisters. In 1967, Dr. King wrote his book while in isolation in Jamaica. Where do we go from here, chaos or community? He was addressing, after the civil rights movement, the issues of voting, poverty, things like public housing and integration, etc., etc. The only thing Dr. King did that I disagree with is Dr. King was addressing black and white America. Because Dr. King at point was still trying to get a society that will love us. You can't make a beast love you. Let's go to our next clip. That's what Dr. King asked. But I'm asking you, black people, where do we go from here? Dr. King said he had a dream, and a dream is a sequence of images passing through the mind of a sleeping person. We all have dreams. Yes, sir. Some dreams are good and some dreams are bad. But we all have dreams. A lot of brothers and sisters like to call Dr. King a sellout, but I don't believe Dr. King was a sellout. I believe Dr. King's intentions were good. He thought he was doing what was right. Many of us have made mistakes thinking we're doing something good, only to find out the good we were trying to do was not beneficial for us or our people. So I don't think Dr. King was a sellout. I think Dr. King, as a trained Christian minister, was using that trained concept of love, hoping that the white man will learn to love us. But it didn't happen. It ain't in him. What you said, brother? It ain't in him. It's not in him to love us. We're still trying to get this man to love us, which means many of us are still dreaming. Come on, brother. We're sleeping. We just have the images of him loving us passing through our minds. Let's go to our next clip. 3.5 years later, Dr. King realized that my dream was actually a nightmare. Nightmares are bad or distressing dreams typically have fear, despair, horror, or sadness that causes what? A strong emotional response from the mind. This is when they realize we got to put this Negro named King to death. He's no longer dreaming. He realized the dream is a nightmare, meaning he realized now who we are. That we cannot love him. Integration was what? Just a joke, a trick, something to deceive the Negro into thinking they have made strides ahead, but we are constantly holding them back. Yes. Now it's time for Dr. King to be put to death. We have to realize that in 2019, if we want to move ahead, we can't move ahead in a nightmare, brothers and sisters. The nightmare brings distress and horror and pain. So we have to change things. If the dreamer realized the dream was a nightmare, why are we still holding on to the dream? Come on, big brother, teacher. When the dreamer has declared, this is not going to work. Let's go to number 4, please. Dr. King said, I have come to believe that we are integrating into a burning house. These words were backed up by his good friend Harry Belafonte while sitting in Harry Belafonte's home. He recalled Dr. King's word. He said Dr. King looked like he was real distressed. And he asked him, Martin, what's wrong? He said, I feel we made a mistake. I believe that we are integrating into a burning house. He called America a burning house. Today, America is burning. The word burning, or to be on flame, means it's just in chaos. Not literally burning, but America has all types of what? Economical troubles, financial troubles, social troubles. Everywhere you look, there's nothing but trouble in America. America is burning. America is in chaos. Why do we still try to or want to integrate into a place that is filled with chaos? See, we have to know in 2019 where we need to go in order to obtain our freedom. Let's move ahead real quick. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad wrote the book, The Fall of America. Before Dr. King realized his dream was a nightmare and America was burning, he told us America was falling. Before Elijah Muhammad said those words, the Most High told John, the son of Zebedee, on the Isle of Patmos to write these words. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, is fallen. Babylon, right here, any minister, black, white, red, brown, or yellow, will tell you the biblical Babylon is America. The Most High is telling us to this day, the place you live in now is coming down, is coming down. America is burning. So that's what burning means. It means being consumed, it's falling, it's being torn apart. Why are we still, brothers and sisters, in 2019 now trying to get ahead in America and not trying to get ahead in our own nation?
Come on, brother.
The dreamer told you the dream was a nightmare. But we love to hear that 1963 I Have a Dream speech. The dreamer woke up. Now we're dreaming. So we're the true sellouts. If we're not building a future for our children, for ourselves, and for our nation and race, we're the sellouts. Constantly trying to get into a fallen America. Isn't that the truth? Let's go ahead. Brother Sekou, can you read Acts chapter 2, verse 17? This is taken from Joel chapter 2, 28 and 29. And I'm going to tell you why I put that up there.
And it should come to pass in the last days, said Yahweh.
Yes, sir.
I will pour out of my spirit upon all flesh.
That's right.
And your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. And your young men shall see visions. And your old men shall dream dreams.
Hallelujah. The reason I want you to know is mostly quoted in Acts, but it's taken from the book of Joel, because Paul took this into Europe to try to tell this to the Europeans, that the Most High is saying this to them, but the prophet Yahweh or Joel was only a prophet to Israel, speaking to Israel. He's talking about Israel's children will be given the spirit of the Most High. When he said upon all flesh, it's not talking about the world, it's talking about them. He said, your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. This don't mean to see something coming ahead. This word prophecy has many definitions. It means to foresee. It means to teach. Here it's talking about they shall become teachers.
Teach it, brother.
Your young men shall see visions, meaning they have great ideas. Images shall come to their mind.
Come on.
And your old men shall what? Dream dreams, meaning they're going to get the revelations. You see how the devil knows the scripture. He keeps us divided because he don't want us to work together, because you need these young people to teach. You need the vision of your young men, and you need the revelation of the elders.
Yes, you do.
But if you got them divided, fighting against themselves, the dreamers can't dream, the visions can't come, and the teachers cannot be taught.
Come on, big brother. Come on, big brother.
Isn't that right?
Yes, sir.
So the young people don't listen to the elders because the elders dumb, they don't know what they're talking about. And the elders don't want to listen to the young teachers because the young teachers don't know nothing.
Ain't that something?
And the youth got all types of ideas. But we don't want to put their ideas to work because we're working along with the white man.
Yeah, well, you a hater.
The devil got us in a rut. Where are we going in 2019? Nowhere if we don't do it God's way. I don't care what a brother say, you sound spooky. Tell me I'm spooky all you want, but the revelation of the books don't lie.
Yes,
Because everything the revelations have called for has taken effect. And it's still coming to pass, isn't that right?
Yes, sir.
Let's go to our next clip, please. We have to get it together, brothers and sisters. There's work to do. Let's read Surah 1 and verse 6 of the Quran.
Guide us, show us the straight path.
Shade. Some books say guide us, some say show us. You cannot keep asking Allah, the God, to show you the way to go, and then turn and go your own way.
Exactly.
That is what we do every time we pray and we say, show me or guide me. Or as David said, order my steps in your word. And then when the Most High activates himself or herself in your life to move you in that direction, you don't want to go that way, so you decide to go your own way. See, black people, we keep doing our own thing. That's why in 2019, all we did was shot a bunch of guns come midnight. As a matter of fact, we had 2 shootings here in Richmond on January the 2nd, 2019. One, my wife's nephew's uncle, sitting on his porch, babysitting the baby is in the house. Somebody came up on the porch, murdered him right there. Brooklyn Park Boulevard. There was a shooting in a barber shop, January the 2nd. So where you taking niggas in 2019?
Nowhere.
Let them die off. That's why Dr. Jackson is hard when I get on certain people and they say, you know, they still your brothers and sisters. Niggas don't belong to me. If you think like the white man, act like the white man, smell like the white man, and breathe like the white man, you're not my people.
Indeed.
So I don't want to take you with me. That's why the revelation said, listen carefully, it'll only be a remnant. Remnant mean a very small portion. How much is a remnant? They say if you have a gown on and you cut a square inch out of that gown, that's a remnant. Isn't that? When you look at all the material of a gown, that's very small. So why you keep trying to save? The revelations have already spoken. You can't save all of us. So I don't waste my time trying to reach the nigga who don't want to change.
That's right.
I did prison ministry in Richmond, Virginia, Powhatan County, Chesterfield County, and in Goochland County. And when I did prison ministry, when I ran across a nigga who I could not reach, I left that nigga alone. I went to the man and said, who else on the books?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Exactly.
What's wrong? I told you he was a trouble one. That brother wanted to stay here. I ain't got time for him. I was trying to reach brothers who wanted to come out. Now here I'm coming as a minister, brothers trying to get me deals to bring drugs in or to do this and do. Brother, I didn't come here for that. I didn't come here to be your mule. I came to help you rebuild yourself and do what? Get in a re-entry program.
Yes, sir.
So you can get back into society. I didn't come in here so you can bring me in here.
Come on.
You gotta watch the niggas will get you in with them.
Yes, that's true.
That's the
Leave
truth.
them niggas alone. They just as bad as the cracker. In many ways, they worse than the cracker. Because like I said, they can get up under you before you realize they're niggas.
Man.
You know, I've been there, done that.
Yes, sir.
Let's go to our next clip. You probably have yourself.
Yes, sir.
1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13. And then Surah, well, let's do it one time. Can you get them up? All right, right there. 1 Corinthians 10, 13, Surah 2, 286.
No temptation has overtaken you except what is common to man.
All right.
And Yahweh is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear.
Come on, brother.
But when you are tempted, he will also provide a way out so that you can endure it.
Yes, sir.
Surah 2, 286. Allah does not burden any human being with more than he and she can bear.
Hallelujah. Allahu Akbar. Both scriptures tells us that the God does not put more on us than we can bear. Y'all know one of the themes of my ministry is separation.
Yes, sir.
Where do we go from here? 2019, the first place we have to go is to separate ourselves from our enemies. This is not just a get up and leave America. This is a mental and spiritual
Indeed.
exodus.
Indeed.
We feel we can't go anywhere without the white man. We fear that if we leave him, we would not survive. But the Creator said, I don't put any more on you. So if I told you to separate, then I got a plan for you. Our ancestors got up off the plantation. Their mind was to go north. They left whatever little food they had. Most no shoes, no decent clothing. They slept in swamps. They slept anywhere they could hide. But God provided.
Indeed. Thanks and praise.
Harriet Tubman ran a train. They called it the Underground Railroad. She made hundreds of trips. Got hundreds of Africans up out of slavery, and she said, I could have got more. If them niggas knew they were slaves. A whole bunch of niggas, Baba Musa, still not thinking that they free and they're slaves. This sister could not be. How you gonna find a black woman? The dogs couldn't sniff her.
Come on, brother.
Y'all don't know. Man, y'all don't know the power of the God, do you? And that God and Goddess is in us. The dogs couldn't find her. They caught Kunta Kinte, but they couldn't catch Harriet. Harriet slept in swamps with runaways. You go down South Carolina and down all the way down to Florida, what you got in swamps? You got gators and you got snakes. The history says she didn't lose one passenger. No gator got her. No snake. Divine. See, when the divinity is in you, the divinity protects you.
Yes, it does.
She was like, see, that's why I fight against these brothers when they say the Bible is spooky. Daniel and the lions did, man. He didn't lion, didn't no lion attack him, man. That's foolishness. She was in the swamp with gators and snakes. Same story over again. And not one of them bit her, not one of them bite her or a passenger. Tell me that's not God. Most High said, if you move, I'm with you because I have already, what? Have my plans for you. I've already did what? Made a way of escape. Let's go to the next clip. So we got to use the God power that is in us. Jeremiah 51:6.
Flee from Babylon, America. Run for your lives. Do not be destroyed because of her sins. It is time for Yahweh's vengeance. He will repay her what she deserves.
We don't understand the revelation. The Most High said, not that she's only burning, he's telling his people, flee from Babylon, run for your what? Your lives. The Creator said, do not be destroyed because of her sins, meaning I'm going to destroy her. She's sinful. If you stay with her, say it again, Mama Brown. You die with her. Y'all know the story of Sodom and Gomorrah, right? The angels told Lot, get your wife, your daughters, and get out. Don't look back because there's nothing back there for you. The problem is a bunch of Negroes in 2019 is still looking back in 2018. That's why we can't get ahead. We don't see no future for ourselves. We keep looking at what we left behind. Bro, I can't let it go, bro. Let it go. It's no good for you. The Most High said, when you get out, my vengeance. I will repay her for what she deserves.
Thanks and praises.
Don't you know that we, not us, but Negroes are blocking the punishment of America? Because we will not make an exodus out of her, mentally and spiritually. How many times have storms come through bad areas and only hit the white folks and don't hit black people? Y'all see it happen all the time, right? Tear them up, lose all their property, but it never touched the black man and black woman. Now the Most High is just waiting for us to unify so he can really put some chaos on her behind.
Come on, let's link it up.
Yes.
But then you got the Negro preachers come Sunday morning, Brother Tabidi.
Yep.
Lord, we pray for America. We pray for the leaders of this country. God bless us. Every time we do this, every time we ask the Most High, and the Most High say, you are my children, I will give you what you want. He said, whatsoever you what? Ask.
In my name.
Now guess what? If you ask good or bad, you get it.
Yes.
And the Most High is wondering now, I can't break my word. I promise you I'll give you what you ask for. Why you keep asking me to bless your enemy? That's what's holding us back. So 2019, if we don't get it together, just going to be 2018. 2018 going to be 1818.
Come on, brother.
Let's go to the next clip. It's just a vicious cycle that we keep repeating. Let's read Deuteronomy chapter 7 verses 3 and 4.
Do not intermarry with them.
There you go.
Do not give your daughters to their sons, or take their daughters for your sons. For they will turn your children away from following me to serve other gods.
That's right.
And the Lord's anger will burn against you and will quickly destroy you.
See, much of our destruction is our own ignorance. See, brother said white man wrote the Bible. No, he didn't. This is the Most High talking through his prophet. Don't marry them.
Yeah.
Don't let them come get your daughters.
That's right.
Don't you take them in, meaning their sons. He said, what? They'll turn you away from following me to serving other gods. Boom, you got Jesus.
There you go. There you go.
Isn't that right? But that's just one. Who else, Pastor? You got the Holy Ghost. Who else, Pastor? You got Mary. Isn't that right? Other gods. You're not serving me, says the Most High. You're serving their God. Why? Because every time the Negro marries into the white family, he acts more like the white man than he does his natural self. Isn't that right?
Yes.
Brother asked me years ago when I was on Hall Street back in the 1990s, no, the late 80s. He came into the SUA. He visited us for about 3 months. He said he wanted to join. And we brought him up, and he said, but I got to speak to you first. I said, okay, after the service. After the service, he let me know he had 2 sons. I said, bring them, brother, that's beautiful. But my wife is white.
Oh,
Can she come? I said, nope. I didn't hesitate, it didn't bite my tongue, I didn't even blink. I said, no, sir. She can't come up in here. Why? That's my family. We're going to get to that. But the first thing I told him, Most High said, you shouldn't have taken them. He's going to destroy her, brother.
Come on, brother.
Listen carefully. Let's go to the next clip. We'll clear it up. I want you to be mad at me. I'm just a messenger. Ezra 10 through 12.
And Ezra the priest stood up
Come on, brother.
and said unto them, Ye had transgressed and had taken strange wives
Come on, talk about
to
it.
increase the trespass of Israel. Now therefore make confession unto Yahweh, the God of your fathers, and do his pleasure,
That's right.
and separate yourselves from the people of the land and from the strange wives.
Yes, sir.
Then all the congregation answered and said with a loud voice, As thou hast said, so must we do.
Back there.
Ezra the prophet stood up to Israel and said, you have transgressed. That's sin. Trespass, excuse me. You have taken what? Strange wives. Look at the Negro in America. White women and white men, we're taking them. And we think they're beautiful. Isn't that right? Look at those 2 beautiful ebony chocolate sisters called the Williams sisters. Both of them disrespected their father. Disrespected themselves, their race, their nation, their people, their God. They called them monkeys when they were small. Nappy-headed monkeys, mind you. Wouldn't let them play on certain tennis courts. Then you got into the white man's world, so you got to be careful. Money is not evil, but the love. Come on now. Make confession. Confession means you ask the Creator to forgive you. What did he say? Put away, do my pleasure, my pleasing, and separate. That means divorce. You marry them, now divorce. Separate yourself from the people of the land and from the strange wives. See, everybody think I'm racist, isn't that right, Queen Sana, when I talk this stuff? God don't believe in separation. I'm showing you the book. I'm not giving you a dream. I'm giving you a reality. I'm showing you the book where your God says separate from them, even the people of the land. You in the land. Separate from the people of the land. Then all the congregation said with a loud voice, as thou hast said it, so we must do. Can you imagine we get black folks today?
Come loose, Lord.
To stand together and say, as it is written, so shall it be. Go home to these white boys and these white women, these dogs y'all got on the chain and say, I gotta let you go. I gotta let you go. The word is powerful, isn't it? It says more powerful than a two-edged sword. And it does more damage coming out than it did going in. I love the Bible. Torah, Quran, Metanoia, prayer. I love all my holy writings.
Yes, sir.
Because I know how they meet together and say the same thing. White man didn't write that. God said it. He just had verses when he enslaved us that he wouldn't let you read. He picked selected verses for you.
That's true.
That's what he did. Let's go to the next clip. Look at this. The Metanoia, volume 1, page 96. Brother Sekou.
Movement comes into being at the demand of time.
Yes, sir.
Time is the ordered, rhythmic, apportioning, dividing of things.
Dividing, as y'all know, that's not, you won't find it in the book. Anytime it's in red, y'all know I put it there, right? To give us a better understanding so we all know what it means. But movement comes into being at a demand of time. It's 2019. The Creator has demanded a time for us to move. Movement is a demand of time. Meaning, something important must take place, or is going to take place, so you have to move. If somebody said to you, in order to get this reward, you got to be in Washington, D.C. by sunset, what are you going to do? You're going to move. You're going to get to Washington, D.C. before sunset or by sunset to get that prize. The Most High is saying the same thing. Movement comes into being at the demand of what? Time. Time is the order rhythmic. Rhythmic means it flows in a pattern. Rhythmic are dividing of things. Now, what do you have to divide yourself from? The land and the people. The land and the people. Meaning not the land itself. Excuse me. The people of the land. Excuse me. That's what I meant to say. The people of the land and the wives is what you have to divide yourself in the men. They use wives, but talking about the white boys too. So I want a sister leaving here thinking, well, you know, he just told the brothers don't take the white women, but didn't say we're going to take the white man. If the book called the white man a beast, if history called the white man a beast, and you sleep with beast, then you are performing bestiality. Is that not right? If the book said they are beasts, they eat raw meat, the beasts eat raw meat. They have fleas, beasts have fleas. They do all types of filth, beasts do all types of filth. The dog will lick up his vomit, the white man will lick up anything. So when they taught the Negro how to have a sex act, talking about licking up somebody behind. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Isn't that right? Why would you lick the behind where feces come from? I don't care how good you wash it. I don't care how much perfume or powder, whatever you put on. In my mind, that's your ASS. Ain't nothing pretty about putting your mouth down there. Can we make it plain? Y'all know I keep it real, right? He's a beast.
Here.
You got to divide yourself. Time is apportioning the dividing right now. Now we got to decide, like Joshua said. You got to choose this day which God you would serve. Whether it be the gods that your fathers served on the other side of the flood, or the gods in the land of the Amorites and whose land you now dwell. But what Joshua said, but as for me and my house. In other words, brothers and sisters, he was saying to the people, I don't care which way you go, as for me and my house, we would serve the great I am that I am.
All the time.
See, so I got to make a decision. Every man, every woman got to make a decision where you stand.
Come on, brother.
With the God or without the God. There's nothing in between. You can't straddle the fence, as the elders used to say when we were young. You can't have 1 foot in hot water and 1 foot in cold water. That's why Yahshua said you got to choose whether you be hot or cold. He said ain't nothing called lukewarm. Ain't nothing in between in the kingdom. So how you get these faggot men and these dyke girls? These in-between people. Ain't nothing in between in the kingdom.
Come on, big brother.
Huh? When you are a man trying to pose as a woman or a woman trying to pose as a man, you are acting in between your nature. There's nothing lukewarm right there. You're hot or you're cold.
Teach it, brother.
Right or wrong? We was in the store the other day and saw a brother about 6'4", 6'5". Had bass in his voice. Had on a pair of leggings with Daisy Duke shorts cut up to his butt. And I was just thinking, brother, if we was in the motherland, I could kill you. Because they're supposed to die. Don't think I'm evil. Most High said you don't let nothing like that live. This is in America. Ain't that right? So they better thank God we in America. They should get on bending knees right now. Because if we had them in the motherland, check what they doing to them in the motherland. They're killing them. When Obama went to Ghana and Nigeria with that support the homosexual thing, both leaders told him, get your butt back on that plane. That's right. They didn't show that in the news, but they sent that brother home. Get on the plane and go back home. Because we don't play that here. That's right. Let's go to our next clip. Is that all right with you? Am I too harsh for him, Brother Sekou? Is everything good? All right. All praise to the Most High. Let me tell you about another dreamer. Idi Amin Dada Omu, better known as Idi Amin. They lied on this brother. Said this brother was a cannibal. He was eating people. He was just a murderer and a tyrant and this and that. He was a strong black African leader.
Yes, he was.
They hated Idi Amin. You see these two pictures here? Because every time the Europeans came into his land, when he appeared, he made them bow and they had to raise their hand in submission. That's why they hated Idi Amin. That's why they had to get rid of the strong black man. See, they don't like it when you're strong. See, in order to move into 2019 and go where you need to go, you got to be a strong black man and a strong black woman.
You do.
If you kowtail to them, they got you. You got to make them kowtail to you. Bow before me. I'm the original man. I'm the cream of the crop. I came with the planet Earth. You bow down to me. I do not bow down to you. So when I go places, and Queen Hassan know it, when I approach a white man, my father used to say, he used to sometimes take our head as children, hold it up. He said, don't you ever bow your head to a white man. Look him in the eye.
All the time.
So as little children, my father present, when he was talking to a white man, we had to stand there like this. He made sure he would tap us sometime. Look him in the eye. My father didn't blink an eye to the white man.
Right.
That's why I love him so much.
Right.
He wasn't a coward. He didn't cowtail. When somebody came knocking at his door, he didn't send the children, didn't send his wife. He got up. Opened up the door. Strong Baptist preacher. He didn't like it. He said, what you want? Idi Amin. He's the next dreamer. Let's go to his dream real quick. Let's look at what Idi Amin said. Idi Amin said, I dreamt that unless I take action, our economy will be taken over. The people who aren't Ugandan should leave.
You're from around here. That's right.
You know who he put out Uganda? He put out the Indians from India and Pakistan. He put out all European, and he put out the so-called Asians that I like to call the Oriental, because we are the Asiatic black man and black woman. We call the word Asia, which means which is pronounced Asia today. We are the people of this world. All of them out of Uganda. And as a matter of fact, the brother was so bold and so powerful, he gave him 24. You got 24 hours to leave. When you read reports of white folks, they say, well, my business is set up. I got money in your banks. I invested in this land. Edith didn't care. Edith said, you got to go. You got 24 hours to get out of Dodge. He ruled Uganda from 1971 to 1975. I was one of those little children. I remember seeing this brother on TV.
Yes, sir.
I remember my father talking about it when they were lying on the news about him eating people. My father got highly upset from that false European lies and propaganda.
I remember that. I was scared of it. The truth.
We need strong leaders like Idi Amin, Malcolm X, Harriet Tubman, Queen Mother Moore, Sata Shakur. We need strong black leaders who are going to stand up. The only problem is we got strong black leaders, but they are so few compared to these faggots, these nuts and these niggas.
Come on, big brother.
That's the problem. Instead of getting our minds together on the most spiritual thing, y'all know where I'm going, we like to watch that nigga TV and read them nigga novels. So they keep us in a nigga state of thinking. That's why we can't get ahead. He programmed us still through that idiot box. If you look at it, you got to look at it with a righteous mind so you can decipher what's being said. For instance, I catch everything. We were watching the movie the other day, and the dude said, yeah, the aliens built the pyramid. But listen to what he said. He said the aliens built the pyramid. You know, the people of ancient Samaria and Egypt, they were what? The Anunnaki. See, they know, but then they try to hide it under aliens. You the Anunnaki. You're the Sumerians. You are the... Yeah, and he said, yeah, they made us. When you read the history of the Anunnaki made them. When you read the history of the ancient Kemites or Egyptians, they made the Tamahu, the made white man. He said, yeah, the aliens built the pyramids. They were the ancient people of Samaria and Egypt. They made us. Most of us don't catch these things because I'm in tune. The wife is in tune. When he puts something before my eyes and my ears, I know you're going to slip in some truth. I know the lies are already coming, but I want to catch that truth.
Come on, brother.
And pour that truth out.
Yes.
Go to our next clip. Here it is, brothers and sisters. It's time to make a move. It is a spiritual and a mental move. You don't have to get up and go. Why? Because the world belongs to us. All of us can't go back to Africa. There's so many of us on the planet now, Africa can't hold us.
Come on, brother.
But the world belongs to the black man and the black woman. We just need to mentally and make a spiritual exodus. Why? Because right here amongst them, all we get is what? Hatred, oppression, racism, murder, rape, prison life, drug addiction, alcoholism, guns, poverty, homelessness, unemployment, higher taxes, ghettos and projects, sickness, disease, dirty water.
All the time.
I can keep this list going on and on. Most of the foods they got on the shelf is laden with cancer and other man-made diseases that they got a patent on. If they got a patent on it, that means they own it. If you own it, that means you made it.
Come on, brother.
How you own a sickness? How you own a disease? Come on, do y'all understand that? How do you own something of this nature? You got to be a sick individual to create a virus that kill off a whole bunch of people. We're dealing with a sick being, a dirty being, a nasty being, and a beastly being. Why don't we want to separate from this? Because we are still living a dream. But the dreamer realized the dream was a nightmare. The dreamer woke up and we went to sleep. Right after they killed Brother Martin in 1968, black folks stopped moving.
Teach you, brother.
And the young people recognized that we weren't going anywhere. So they started grabbing their artillery. And the black power movement rose up and said, we'll take over. Then they dumbed the black power movement down. Now we got brothers and sisters got guns everywhere across America. White man snatching our women, white man snatching our children, white man killing us on the street. You ain't shot one white person yet because you don't have any balls. Excuse me, sisters.
Right.
Brothers don't have no testicles. Because inside most brothers ain't nothing but a bunch of punks. A loud-mouthed, revolutionary, non-actionary.
Come on, big brother.
That's all it is. A lot of Facebook talk, a lot of black power, nothing. You're not doing anything. We can't even protect our community. It takes sisters nowadays to fight the white man. I applaud the sisters. Y'all saw the sisters in the video on McDonald's?
Yeah.
White man reached across the crowd counter and grabbed her. Sister went to work on the devil. Pull that head out. That's what I'm talking about. Brothers be talking all that trash, and then when the devil come around, they doing this. We watch them beat sisters now. Beat them down in the streets, and brothers don't even come to their aid. And we call ourselves black men. Bunch of faggots. That's why I don't deal with niggas. Niggas ain't nothing but faggots. Brothers and sisters, 2019. Where do we go from here? It's community. Now I'm talking to us, not the world. As Dr. King says, community or chaos. You don't have to belong to the SUA for us to unify with you.
That's right.
We just need to unify.
Come on.
You don't have to be dark skinned or light skinned, nappy hair or straight hair, thin lips or thick lips. It don't matter. You just got to be a black man and black woman upstanding, and we're unified. Why is that so hard? Why do I catch so much hair later? Trying to unify black folks. I've been doing it for going on 35 years, trying to unify. And brothers will tell me, sisters will tell me, but most of the brothers will give me excuses why we can't unify. Because you know you got to join the Moors, or you got to join Islam, you got to join the church, you got to join the... I got friends in all walks of life. I'm unified with them, so why can't we all do it?
Come on, big brother.
That's why I don't belong to neither one of them. Because when I join an organization, you tell me I got to cut off another brother or sister because they're not in my house, I got a real issue with it.
That's true.
So brothers and sisters, where do we go from here? We have to start moving in order to do what? Free ourselves. We can't hang on to the white man. America's falling. The dollar ain't going to amount to nothing real soon.
Come on.
Because the value of the dollar is constantly dropping. So when that dollar drops, what are you going to do? All praise be to the Most High.
Praise the Lord.
Brother Tabidi.
All right. Thanks.